Hey guys, Premier League football is back. Previews are back, so welcome to my preview against Crystal Palace. So let's get into it, guys. So, after not so long a wait for Chelsea, because we were busy in America for most of the pre-season. So, not pre-season, it was the end of last season, but our season was longer than most. So we've only just come back 2 weeks, I think, of training, and we start again. We go again. And so it's going to be the World Club champions against the FA Cup winners. Crystal Palace, who are my local team, 15-minute walk down the road. And before you ask, I think I've said it before, the reason I don't support Palace is because my family, when my parents emigrated from the wonderful island of Jamaica, they moved to Balham, which is closer to Chelsea. And my older brother at the time, he started supporting Chelsea, and that's why I supported Chelsea. So, and you can't call me a glory hunter, because when I started supporting Chelsea, we were so bad that even Crystal Palace got to an FA Cup final before we did in 1990. The first time I had to see Chelsea play, I had to wait until 1997 to see us play in a cup final. So, and that's the first time I witnessed a proper cup final, apart from the ZDS Cup or whatever it was called back in the day. I think it was called the ZDS Cup. It was, but that wasn't really a proper tournament. So that's my roots of supporting Chelsea, if you didn't know that already. So anyway, so Palace are going to be a tough nut to crack. Really good team, really organised. As you saw when they beat Liverpool the other day, they've got some really good players, well sought after players. Mark Guéhi may be his last game before moving to Liverpool. Eze looks like he may be going to Tottenham. I don't know why. I think that's a sideways move. And they've also got people like Mateta, Lacroix. So all around, Muniz, all around, some really good players. Wharton, fantastic footballer, and I can't see him being at Palace. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but this guy is a Champions League player, so I reckon he would be gone next season. He'll probably stay for the World Cup, but he is somebody. I noticed him when we played against Blackburn in the Cup. I noticed him then because he was fantastic then. He's carried on his great form in the Premier League. So, aside not to be taken for granted, aside that we need to be on top of our game if we are going to win. 2 draws last year, so this is a game. As I said, that hopefully we can carry on our good form like we did we had 2 great pre-season wins, but the business end is now, and this is when we're going to prove our worth. I'm going to do another video. I'm doing back-to-backs today. I'm going to do another video straight after this one, and where I talk about I don't like to do predictions, but what I think is going to happen next season. So that is really predictions, isn't it? But yeah, my predictions, not in places, but who I think has got a chance of winning the league, who I think may go down. So watch out for that one coming up next. Anyway, so what I want to focus on, sort of kind of mentioned about the game, but what I want to focus on was the press conference, because Enzo Maresca was very vocal today in his press conference about needing a centre back. As we all know, we've lost Levi Colwill for the season due to an injury, and he was saying how he needs another centre back. When questioned and quizzed about we've got 10 centre backs on our book, and he still needs another one. So is that poor recruitment? And if you look at the profile of player that he needs, the reason why he said he needs another one is because they were going through the players. Okay, what about Shalaba? What about Achampong? What about Badiashile? So here's what he said in answer to those questions. So Badiashile, obviously, there's concerns about his fitness. He can't stay fit for long, similar to Fofana. So we've got 2 injury-prone centre-backs for a start. And he doesn't see Badiashile as a centre back, a CCB, as they call it. He sees him more as a left centre back. And if you look at, although Colwill is usually plays on the left, but if you look at the way in build-up phases, he plays towards the centre, and then you've got that's why Cucurella sort of comes in and plays more of a left centre back style. That's why we bought Hato for that. So in build-up, he's more for left centre back, and so Colwell's more in the centre. Then you've got whoever's playing that on the right. And so he says the only two central centre-backs that he has in his squad is Colwill, who's injured, and Tosin. So these are the two he likes to be the main defenders when it comes to build-up phases. Achampong I really like, and I always, I'm a big fan of his. But maybe what the manager's thinking is, does he thrust him in too early? Is he ready for this? I think he is, but obviously the manager watches him train week in, week out, so he's probably thinking, I don't want to, I want to phase him in, so I don't want to give him that added responsibility. He doesn't see Shalabar as that in that position either. We've got Anselminho. Can we look at him again? That'll be a big risk because I know that he's bedded in. He's come since Christmas, but still he hasn't really played competitive football for us, so that will be a big risk. But the club, so there's a bit of loggerheads because he's demanding a central centre back, but the club think that we've got solutions within the club already. So I know that there's a lot of PR around Benoit Badiashile, where they say that they think now he's come of age, and because he's settled into the Premier League, they feel that he can be the guy to fill the void. But as Maresca said, he doesn't see him as a central centre back. So apparently, this is what we saw in the press conference. I'm hearing that what he said to the press, the newspapers, was a lot more volatile, a lot more sending a big message to the board, and I think he feels that he can do that. Last season he was a bit more passive, but I think the fact that he's won 2 trophies now, his stocks have gone up, so I think he feels that in a position where he can challenge the board publicly now. So and because a lot of fans who wanted him gone before, he wins 2 cups, and it's amazing what a winning can do, and all of a sudden he's somebody who a lot of fans want to remain at the club. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, whether we do listen to him and go out and buy one, or the club say, look, you've got enough defenders there, sort it out and make solutions. There is already some noise, what I'm hearing, where they said if Shalabar goes, they may dip in to the market. I don't know where every season they want to get rid of Shalabar, and they were saying that if they sell 2 defenders, then that could be, they'll maybe dip into the market. And the other option is to reintegrate Vega, because Vega was on his way out of the club, but they're talking about keeping him and playing him in his preferred position as a centre back. So that is another option as well. So we'll see. But Maresca's got a ready-made excuse if things don't work out, because he could say to the club, look, for me, the build-up phase, having a good ball-playing centre-back in that area is vital to the way I want to play, and you didn't give him to me. So I think he's kind of saying, look, I did ask for one, didn't give it to me, and this is the result if things don't work out. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think we need another centre-back, or are there enough solutions within the club itself? Do you agree with Maresca, or do you agree with the board or the directors? Incidentally, they've signed a new 6-year contract as well, so we've got to stick with them for a few more years. So let's see. They need to make some good decisions in the market. They've been hitting a few good ones so far, but the jury's still out on them, but from a lot of our fan base. And until I know we've won some trophies, until we win the big one like the Premier League, or challenging back for the Premier League, challenging at the top for the Champions League, then there are still going to be some moans and groans about the direction of the club. So are you confident about tomorrow again? Stick your comments in the section below. So, not tomorrow, Sunday, sorry. So, Up the Blues, I'll be back on Sunday for review. But before that, as I said, I'm going to make a little video about what I think is going to happen in the season. So stay tuned for that one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.